Hey everybody, what's up? It's me, Jack, with Geo's Passion. geospassion.com, Geo's Passion the podcast, and Geo's Passion the YouTube page. Today I'm coming to you on 9/11, September 11, 2021, the 20th anniversary of that fateful day when the Twin Towers, World Trade Center, however you call them, fell to terrorist attacks in New York City. The reason why I did this video, I was very hesitant to do this video at first, but it kind of got me after watching a couple of things. And one of the things was, though we who experienced that will never forget, it seems like the nation as a whole has forgotten, or the school boards, the education system, the politicians of today want to forget about it. They were doing an interview I was watching on YouTube on a college campus. Based on the colors and based on the background, it looked like it was the University of Florida, actually. Because their big motto, you know, they have that chomp of the gator and stuff like that. And the colors of orange and blue, you know, so the gator colors. So, but the interviewer didn't say where the school was at, but you could kind of tell. They asked numerous college kids, age 19, age 20, you know, do you know much about 9/11? What happened on 9/11? You know, who was responsible for 9/11? And their answers, you know, some were good, some were bad, some were disturbing, because a lot of them, you know, seem to follow that path where it's like, hey, let's forget about 9/11. Let's not talk about terrorism. Let's not talk about the Middle East. And let's not blame anybody. You know, it happened in Kumbaya and everything's over. But me, I will never forget 9/11. For those of you who don't know me, again, I'm Jack. You know, I'm the host of the podcast and all that other stuff. But I'm also a retired New York City cop. I was just getting off duty on 9/11. I did a midnight by 7 o'clock in the morning shift. And then all hell broke loose that day. The reason why I'm doing this video is just for an introspective, if you want to call it that. As you can see, it's, you know, I didn't practice this. This is straight out how it is. A lot of things happened that day. It was a cluster. I'm not going to curse, but you know what kind of cluster it was. There were a lot of good people who were hurt. There are a lot of good people who died. I'm not just talking about firefighters. I'm not just talking about police officers, EMTs. I'm also talking about civilians. This was something that was uncalled for. And the fact that we will never forget, we will always remember, is something that we have to carry with us every day. I still remember the politics of it all at the end, or not the end, but we were working 12-hour shifts, and at the end of 30 days, we stopped. It's a contractual thing with the union and the city and stuff like that. But the next week, we were given, I worked in the Bronx, we were given a 1.5 hour post-traumatic stress briefing, if you want to call that, at Fordham. Was it at Fordham University? I believe it was at Fordham University in the Bronx, New York, because I was assigned to a Bronx police station, a Bronx precinct. An hour and a half. 30 days out there, an hour and a half of, hey, don't worry about it. If you need help, call somebody, reach out to somebody, something like that. So there's a lot of people, I'm sure, not just civilians, but law enforcement, fire, EMTs, and not only New York City, because at Ground Zero, you know, as the weeks went by, as the month went by, I met cops from LAPD who came down. You know, I met officers and military personnel from all over. So this is something that affected not just us in New York City, but other people elsewhere. And as you can tell, based on the deaths since 9/11, you know, the chemicals, the carcinogens in the system of the people who were dying, and it affected everybody. Yet, we don't have that rah, rah, rah American spirit that we used to have right after it happened. I remember driving in vans down on the West Side Highway day after day after day, and people were holding up signs. Thank you, NYPD. Thank you, FDNY. Thank you for everything you do. People were happy. People were thanking us. Then, once we had to go back to normal duties, people hated us again. But for that short period of time, it was like, wow, you know what? Yeah, we're sacrificing, we're doing what we're doing, and we don't mind doing, because that's what we signed up to do. I'm not a hero. The heroes are the ones who didn't make it, okay? The ones that, when they put their life on the line, God took them up to heaven and said, you know what? Your time has come. Take it easy. I got you, all right? So one thing that gets me is that we're forgetting. The younger generation is forgetting what 9/11 is, okay? There are many people walking the streets nowadays. New York, Chicago, California, Florida, you know, maybe some of the smaller places, Alabama, Tennessee, who are retired cops, retired firefighters, or medically retired, okay, from New York City, that they left, or they got hurt, or they were sick. And what happened with them is that they can't come back because of psychological issues, health issues, or they just retired, and instead of dealing and being with the population, they just disappeared. They got a house in the cabin, or they ended up doing something else with their life. Me, my whole thing was, you know, I like creative writing. I like journalism growing up and things like that. And you know, I got into YouTube. I got into podcasting. I got into stuff like that where, you know, people can hear my voice. And I like that. That's what gives me comfort. That's what gives me peace. But you won't catch me at a concert with a lot of people. You won't catch me in big crowds. You won't catch me in places that I can't get out. I'll look at the exits when I first come in. I'll see, where can I get out? God forbid there's something happening. Okay? They call it, I believe, hyper, I forgot what it is. Put it in the comments. Hypersensitivity or hyper focus or something like that. And there's a lot of people out there with that, especially NYPD cops. You know, they have that. And it was enhanced, I believe, based on their experiences on 9/11. Because when things were going down, they couldn't get out. They felt trapped. A lot of people felt trapped. So the reason I'm bringing this video to you, and some people may like it, some people may not like it, is because I just wanted to say thank you to my fellow first responders. Thank you to the police officers, especially from the 4-7, the 5-0, where I worked. You know, the firefighters, the EMTs and stuff like that. You know, we know what we went through. We understand what we went through. People will never remember one day. Oh, let me rephrase that. People will stop remembering. And it'll just be the few of us who will always carry that on our shoulders. So if you're feeling hurt, you're feeling heavy, you're feeling in pain, especially like a day like today, talk to your friends, talk to your family, you know, talk to your priest, cleric, rabbi, no matter, you know, who, what, when, where, why, and how. Because at the end of the day, we all suffer. We all go through this. And I want you to know, no matter who you are, we're here for you. You know, we know what it's like to go through what we went through. And many people who know me don't know what I used to do in New York City. Many people who know me don't know where I was on 9/11. And I'm not here putting that out there because I want people to know. I'm putting that out there because I want you to know that I'm here for you. We're here for you. The politicians, the education system, other people might not give a crap anymore, but we care. And if you're feeling down and if you need help, there's ways to talk to people, ways to deal with that pain. So on the 20th anniversary of September 11th, to my brothers To my brothers and sisters, we will never forget. We will never forget. I love you all. Stay safe. God bless you. And always, God bless America. Thank you.